I will develop my own SaaS to make money. In this video series, I will show all the important steps, my idea, and revenue and costs in a completely transparent way. On YouTube, many people with little experience in software development are making thousands of euros with AI projects created through tools like Cursor, Windsurf, and others. They have been created. I already developed my own web and hybrid app for Android and iOS in 2018 when I was just 17 years old. And right now, I run an 18-person performance marketing agency in Wilhelmshaven and want to build a project management SaaS on the side, which is perfect for digital service providers, agencies, and coaches. It's never been easier than today to create your own SaaS with your own app and make money from it. Programming can be done quite well today, even by beginners with the help of AI tools. But there's a lot more to it than that. But before I continue, I'd like to ask you for one thing. It would really support me if you could give a thumbs up and subscribe if you liked the video. This way, I can create better videos in the future, but let's move on now. I'm speaking to developers here because many think that a good, innovative product markets itself. Unfortunately, the reality is quite different. Marketing makes up a huge part of success. Why am I telling you this? So that you know from the beginning that even the best product definitely doesn't sell itself. So, I want to show you these 4 steps that I will go through to build my SaaS. First of all, it's about brainstorming. So the idea, the programming of the backend and front end, the marketing of the software, and then creating a mobile app for Android and iOS. A lot of work is coming my way, because there are even more tasks to take on, like software and hardware maintenance, customer support, and much more, client onboarding, product demos, and so on. Before I show you what costs are currently coming my way, I want to explain more about my strategy and why I'm building this SaaS. I've talked to many founders, and I keep hearing the same problem. My processes are chaotic, my team is working in the dark, and my clients don't feel involved in the project. And do you know what that's due to? It's due to project management tools that everyone actually uses. They want to do everything, but in the end, they're just a to-do list that you create once and then no one really uses. Sure, that was a bit exaggerated, but I can only report what I've been told and what I've experienced myself. That's why I started projects, something that is only for agency coaches, digital service providers. The software is not a generic 0815 tool, but software that organizes your entire agency and client communication. Your agency must set up workflows and templates for your projects that you can use over and over again, and your team can apply to your new clients with just one click. See for yourself which team is performing, find tasks before they become overdue, and intervene before you have to put out fires as an agency. Again, integrate your clients into the processes so they can see every progress themselves and approve every milestone. And the entire approval process is 100% digital. Everyone understands that there is an API. I designed the SaaS so that you no longer need employees who just complete tasks. I created a system that automates your agency and makes it run like a machine while you focus on scaling. You're focusing, and I know people think we're already using tool XY. If you're not losing at least 20% of your total daily employee hours because clients are constantly asking for updates, questions, or unnecessary meetings, then you're the exception. For everyone else, I say, use projects and put your agency on autopilot. You can tell I have an unfair advantage over other people in this agency niche. I can directly ask people from the C group what they think of my product and whether they would use it. So keep in mind, when you're looking for an app idea or a SaaS idea, that you're already solving a pain point for your target audience that applies not just to you, but to many people in your space. In the end, it would be disastrous if you waste thousands of euros and many hundreds of hours because your SaaS or your app doesn't have product market fit. But let's talk about the costs of a SaaS, or rather, of course, there are also programming costs or personnel costs. Of course, depending on the region or country, set the rate at 35 to 120 euros per hour. If you do it yourself, the cost will obviously be eliminated. Typically, you'll also need a server, so a virtual private server for about 5 to 10 euros if you only need a single server. An employee, gives you a marketing email list with up to 1,000 email addresses for free. And can you use resend.com for transactional? Use emails up to 8,000 per month. You would use them, for example, for notifications or registration emails. And if you also need a landing page through Webflow, you'll pay €15 a month. Your domain will cost you between 15 and 45 euros per year, and AI tools will range from 20 to 40 euros, like ChatGPT, Cursor, Windsurfing, or whatever. That means we've completed the brainstorming. Now let's get to programming. Of course not in this video, but I want to explain which tools I'm using here. For the backend, I'm using Laravel with the Jetstream boilerplate. Why? I have already integrated the following features here. These are user accounts, teams, that I can completely separate from each other in the end, and provide a perfect filter in the database so that I can use the whole thing for many different teams and organizations simultaneously, without having to deploy the software separately for each organization. And the data is still perfectly separated. Then I use Inertia.js as a powerful tool that allows me to simplify the entire routing on both Laravel and Vue. You can simplify the front end. Alternatively, you could also use Livewire and Blade, which is certainly familiar to many PHP and Laravel developers. Due to the features, we also need two front ends. This means that we need another front end through which the guests or the customers can access the project. And that's all done using React. Realize we have configured this single-page application completely over the web, and it also configures itself entirely independently. That means it can be white-labeled at any time and perfectly adapted to the respective customer and agency. Currently, my entire tech stack is implemented using Docker Compose, which handles the entire deployment process, and automatically creates certificates for the customer's custom domains. Of course, through Let's Encrypt, but I can go into that in another video explaining how it all works. If you're interested in that, please write it in the comments so I can make another video about it. Let's move on to the third point, which will make up a large part of the upcoming videos. Marketing. As a developer, I have to take care of the marketing myself. But luckily I have support here from my agency co-founder Maximilian Petkow. Feel free to check out his YouTube channel. He also makes extremely interesting videos on the topic of marketing. I thought about taking a simple approach here. We use our familiar methods in which we have already gained a lot of experience and spent hundreds of thousands of euros paid advertising through meta ads, which are broadcast on Instagram and Facebook. We will also do retargeting through an email list with leads who have already signed up for the free version. I will have to explain the exact marketing strategy again in another video, because that would probably exceed the scope of this video. But on Reddit, I've also read about many other options that other people have successfully tried, like SEO marketing. That means we optimize and create content that can then be found by other people through search engines. And it costs us not a cent apart from the creation. Many people have also used Google Ads, just like Facebook ads or LinkedIn outreach. The problem with this is that it's also a paid channel, as you either need LinkedIn Premium or have to run expensive LinkedIn ads. What works very well are posts in niche forums and on Reddit, and it also helps to collaborate with influencers or micro-influencers. What I've also learned is that you can post products on Product Hunt and similar sites because they get pushed automatically. But you also get a bit of advertising sent to you from others who want to sell you something. Another option that I am pursuing here is build in public, or the man-documented journey. That means I'm taking you and other people along on the journey to the goal. And maybe the journey is actually the real goal here. This way I can take you along and also get automatic organic growth for my SaaS. I'm doing all of this because it has worked well for other developers so far, and I can test for you whether it still works. So I'm going to try to get projects to 100,000, to bring in 100,000 euros in revenue and take you along on this journey. And in doing so, I aim to expand my community. If desired, I will also do live coding streams where we can ask a lot of questions. Regarding the technical aspects of this project, of course I should make sure that no API keys are visible, as unfortunately has already happened to others. But If you're thinking, wow, I really like your idea, but I'll probably forget all of this since it's not actually realized yet. I have already implemented the entire project as an MVP, or minimum viable product. This means that basically all functions are already there, and you can already test the tool while you're watching this video. If you're at this step as well, I would recommend creating a short landing page with a marketing opt-in so you don't lose people and can reach out to them again via email at any time. Alright, I've already said quite a bit about marketing, and now we'll jump right into the next topic. The development of the right app for mobile devices. I will, contrary to my previous work, rely heavily on AI tools here. And with the help of Cursor, ChatGPT, DeepSeek, or Windsurf AI, developing the app hybrid. I'm not sure yet whether I'll go with React Native, Flutter, or a completely native app. Feel free to recommend in the comments what you would suggest for 2025. That's why the next video will be about that, as I have already implemented the API interfaces and created the most important endpoints. Currently, I have also integrated the API into Zapier and am using it myself in our agency. I'm really glad you've watched this far. And if you want to test my tool in the paid version for free for 6 months, use the link in the description, and I will do a free onboarding with you. I'd appreciate a thumbs up if you liked the video, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then,